Dubai's real estate market is known for its dynamism and allure. But right now, there's one trend that has me scratching my head. The off-plan property market in Dubai is ridiculously overpriced. Yes, you heard me right. And today I'm gonna explain why this phenomenon defies logic and what it means for investors like you. But before getting into the video, don't forget to thumbs up this video and subscribe to see more of these videos going further. And with that, let's begin. Post-COVID, Dubai saw an unprecedented real estate boom. Developers capitalized on that by launching a myriad of projects with inflated prices, banking on the pandemic-induced euphoria and the influx of foreign buyers. You'd ask, what's the problem? Well, the prices skyrocketed to a point where now the off-plan prices are equal or even more expensive than secondary market properties, which are already built and ready for you to move in. So what does that mean for you? As an investor, you can buy a ready-made property to rent it out on either long-term rentals or Airbnb and capitalize on your investment right away and not wait for the off-plan to be built, to have some kind of delays and basically never understand your cash flow properly because of that. That's why I really don't understand why so many are still talking about the off-plan market when the prices are so ridiculously overpriced. Because honestly, for smart investors like you and me, it doesn't make any sense because I would rather get a mortgage on a ready-built property or just get, a distress deal on someone wanting to sell their property and rent it out right away and just start making cash flow. But don't get me wrong, I truly like off-plan projects and I personally started my investor career investing only in off-plan projects because I didn't have enough money nor I didn't have, the down payment for a ready-built property at that time. So it does make sense. And yes, you would say that, some of these off-plan projects might be better quality, might, be increasing in value and also giving you a really good payment plan, which truly it does make sense sometimes. If the payment plan really works for you, you have, let's say, 5% down payment, and then you have to pay another 5% every 3 months. When buying a ready property is a bit too expensive for you, then it might make total sense. However, if you have the amount of cash that you can actually invest in either an off-plan down payment or a mortgage down payment, why not choose the latter? As in that case, you will have to pay the mortgage back, but you will also have profits on the property. So the tenant will actually cover your mortgage payment, plus you will have the profits that you make above that. Here's the kicker, in any healthy market, mature property market, the off-plan projects must be at least 20% cheaper than the ready-made properties. That's the incentive for buyers or investors to wait for that construction phase to finish and then get the property. But not in Dubai. At least not anymore. Why would someone pay more for a property that they have to wait for another 2 to 3 years at least if there are no delays, when there are cheaper ready-made units at much more affordable prices? Like, it's just absurd. Thirdly, the demand that drove this price boom has already stabilized. So to me, I'm really questioning these developers who actually inflate the prices and expect that the off-plans will actually sell out so quickly. And correct me if I'm wrong, I know that many developers do sell out super quickly, and I know a few names which definitely have a lot of demand and I personally would invest with. However, majority don't, so why would you put such high prices? And again, I'm not saying that these prices are high for the market whatsoever. I'm just saying that they're higher than the ready-made properties, or at least the ready-made units that you can actually find, be that on the online platforms or through distress deals, or even through me when I'm sourcing for properties for different clients of mine, through agents and many of my connections. that is possible. So why actually wait for your property to be built? Yes, you might capitalize. Yes, you might get, capital appreciation if the units are really well built, and if the project ends out to be super successful and demanded, but it's also a risk that you have to take. So why take that risk when currently you have secondary market options that are much better? With fewer people scrambling to buy, there's less justification for this skyrocketed prices. The fear of missing out is gone, and the buyers and investors are way more calculated right now. So to summarize, for now, the post-COVID boom is falling down and the demand has stabilized. And finally, the secondary market is cheaper. The overall hype is also fizzling out. The hype that once surrounded both off-plan properties and ready-made units is no longer as prevalent. Buyers are no longer rushing into the deals like they were during the boom. The market is cooling off, yet this overpriced listings and off-plan launches still persist. Again, don't get me wrong, Dubai still has a lot of demand. I'm just comparing the current off-plan prices to the current secondary market prices. Overall, I do believe very much in Dubai and in this market, and I personally invest my very own money into this. So definitely it's a very good place to buy even right now. The question is which project to get in right now. Finally, there is also limited number of new buyers. Those who wanted to buy already bought. Especially this applies to the investors because during the boom, it was mainly investors who were buying so many of these off-plan units. Some were even buying floors and entire buildings. However, currently we see that the actual primary buyer is the end user, not the investor. And that makes total sense because in a mature market or a market with some increased pricings, then the end user will be the actual buyer because the investors drove that market to this peak and now they need to cash out of their investments, and including me, I need to cash out of some of my investments, and that's why I assume that most of my listings will go to the actual end users and the buyer will be the end user. That's why the pool of new buyers is definitely shrinking, leaving developers targeting a very limited audience for the new off-plan projects. Another thing is that investors are also waiting for better deals. To get back to my point that Dubai is still the place and will definitely continue to be so, is that there are loads of people, investors mainly, who have a lot of cash around. They are just waiting for the right moment when the market will have either a small correction where they might find distressed deals, and they will definitely pour that money into this market. That's of course speaking about seasoned investors sitting on the sidelines, those who perhaps have capital companies and maybe they're part of a larger network or group of investors. They know that these market prices currently are unsustainable. That's why they're simply waiting for the right moment. And trust me, when this happens, they will definitely be the first ones to jump in and pour all those millions in this market. Because smart money doesn't chase overpriced assets. It waits for opportunity. So what does this mean for you? The off-plan market in Dubai is in a precarious position right now. If you're considering jumping in, think twice, think on the right project, and compare it with different other opportunities. Assess the secondary market, analyze the numbers, and most importantly, don't fall for the hype. As trust me, the developers are kings at marketing and they know exactly what they are doing and they know accurately how to target it to you and make you invest or have a FOMO or fear of missing out and definitely develop the hype in you. But remember, real estate is about strategy, not speculation. Nevertheless, thanks for tuning in. If you found this video helpful, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe for more property insights, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay smart and invest wisely.